All right, fellow Helldivers, Cookie here with a ton of big news. We have a new Warbond. That's right, it is coming next week on September 19th on Thursday, the new Chemical Agents Warbond. That means that on to September 17th on that Tuesday, we are getting the new patch, and 2 days later, we're getting a new Warbond. So Helldivers 2 is coming back in earnest next week, so this makes next week one of the bigger weeks in the history of Helldivers, and it's going to be extremely interesting to see how that all plays out. But we got a new trailer for the Warbond today. We also got another update on what's coming in that Tuesday patch, so lots to go over. Let's start everything off with the Chemical Agents Warbond. That is the name of the new Warbond. Like I said, coming out on Thursday. The trailer shows everything that's going to come out in this, including a bit of a new kind of strategy, because instead of 2 new primary weapons, or any new primary weapons, we're getting 2 new stratagems. Now, this is a totally different thing from Warbonds. Warbonds, I don't believe in the past have ever included stratagems, unless I'm missing something. So I'm pretty sure this is the first time that has ever happened. So in the blog post they had about it, they say a bunch of different things. So I'm going to read through this blog post for all of you and catch everything that they say about the upcoming Warbond. So it says, Helldivers, when you're on the warfront emptying magazines into hordes of Terminids, do you ever feel like you're a space bug exterminator? I know I do, and that's why I'm really excited to tell you about our next Warbond, Chemical Agents. This one has some seriously deadly toys. I'll start with everyone's favorite part of a Warbond, the offensive gear. The first thing a Terminid exterminator needs is a good high-pressure sprayer. The TX-41 sterilizer is the tool of the trade, ready to spray down the threat with chemical gas. So this is basically a flamethrower of gas. It looks almost exactly like the flamethrower, and this is something we saw in the leaks not too long ago for this game, that they were working on some sort of chem gun. We are going to get to see it in action, which will be pretty awesome to just see something that looks kind of unique. And even though I said it looks like the flamethrower, it should do damage in a very different way, and this is a pretty cool looking weapon, so I'm excited to see how effective it actually is. It then says, and in case the bugs got behind you, don't worry, your gassy little pal, the AXTX-13 Guard Dog Breath, won't let them get the drop on you before it hoses them down with its corrosive gas sprayer. If there's still some standing after the stratagems are done, hit them with the C4 gas grenade, cover the whole area in a cloud of noxious fumes. Helldiver. So it starts out talking about the Guard Dog Breath, and this should be pretty comparable to the Guard Dog Rover because it's going to shoot out a continuous stream of damage. So instead of the laser, obviously it'll be shooting with the gas. This will be interesting to see if it really does do that good a job at covering an entire area, and if it can actually kill stuff quickly, or if it's going to end up being like the other Guard Dog that's essentially useless. But unlike the original Guard Dog, I doubt this is going to have to go in for any kind of refueling or anything. It's probably going to be like the laser, the Rover, and just shoot straight out the entire time. I would be surprised if it needs to reload, but it is possible that they do that and it gets like another gas tank. But hopefully, for all of our sakes, it plays like the Rover. And the only thing I could say about this one, though, is if you don't have some sort of armor that protects you from gas, which we'll get into here in a second, I would imagine this Guard Dog will kill you all the time. So it's probably a very dangerous stratagem to have. They also talk about the G4 gas grenade. So the gas grenade is going to effectively be, I would think, very, very similar to the incendiary grenades. Do the same kind of thing, of course, just with gas this time. I do hope that with all this gas stuff, and I'll probably get into this later, that they kind of fix the way gas works in this game, because there's a lot of times I'll die from gas and I don't even know that I'm in it. So hopefully that gets adjusted in the patch right before this Warbond, or this is going to be a absolute killing your teammates machine. So we'll see how that goes. They do bring up the fact of adding stratagems instead of primary weapons and why they did that, saying adding stratagem variants to Warbonds is new with Chemical Agents, but our designers felt that since gas is a crowd control tool, it made more sense to release stratagems and let Helldivers choose the primary weapons they love the most. Not only that, but this is bringing some serious variety to Chemical Agents that we hope players will enjoy. So I think this is fine by me. There are a lot of primary weapons already in the game. I'm not exactly disappointed to see that they're adding stratagems instead. A lot of times I like stratagems more and would like to see some more variety with stratagems, so I don't have a problem with this. There might be some people that were really hoping for new primary weapons, but frankly, if they're going to buff a lot of the primary weapons, which I'll get to here in a second, I'm not like dying for new primary weapons. It looks like because of the patch, a lot of the primary weapons are going to feel new anyway, so I'm kind of okay with not having that included right now. So stratagems sound good to me. Next up says, now let's talk drip. The exterminators of Super Earth have access to some killer threads in Chemical Agents. Firstly, these armors have the advanced filtration passive, which gives the player resistance to the gas clouds they'll be generating with their new toys, including the toxic cloud put off by the orbital gas strike stratagem. The AF-50 Noxious Ranger is a lightweight armor best paired with the standard of safe distance cape. If you really want to go full on with your protective gear, you've got the medium AF-02 Hazmaster and the matching Patient Zero's Remembrance Cape. Each set also has a coordinating player card to match the capes. So as usual at this point, I like the armors both quite a lot. They both look really cool. I especially do like the one that's yellow and kind of has, honestly, close to an Among Us look, which I kind of don't even want to point out because that's probably going to piss people off. In fact, it's pissing me off a little bit that I just noticed that, because otherwise I kind of like that one. Otherwise, I do like both of these, and they're both going to be very vital. I think even more vital than what we got with the Inferno armor from the last Warbond. I don't know how you'd even play with some of this gas stuff without these armors, so... yeah, a gas build is going to be interesting. So we'll see how this goes. You might have to tell all your teammates to wear this armor too. It then says, our players have been asking for more emotes, and the ones included with Chemical Agents are some of our best yet. Want to know how to tell a joke in Helldivers 2 with your microphone off? Use the co-emote Natural Gas Extraction, of course. See if you can convince your whole squad to pull your finger, and once you all get back to your ship, they can express their disgust with the U victory pose. I do like seeing these kind of emotes that you can do with a friend. I think that's one of the neater little side things you can do in Helldivers. So I'm always up for them adding new emotes. The victory poses don't mean a whole lot to me, but I mean, the U one looks like it could be kind of fun to play around with. Then it says we're adding another set of patterns for your Hellpods, Pelican 1 and Exosuit, in Mustard. Not the kind that goes on a hot dog either. This is the deadly kind. No problem with seeing extra customization. I always like to see more of them coming with each of these Warbonds. It also says if at any point your squad wanders into your toxic cloud, you can use the new utility P11 Stim pistol to give them a minor heal from a safe distance. For my money, this is probably one of the most interesting things that's coming in this new Warbond is the Stim pistol. I'm guessing this gun doesn't do any damage to enemies. I'm guessing this is literally just a healing deal and will just be able to shoot your teammates with stims from far away. I don't know how useful this is going to be. I don't know if you want to replace an entire pistol with this, but I do really like the idea of doing something different. I don't know that this is going to work, as in I don't know if this is going to be so useful that people are going to replace their pistol with it and use a stim pistol instead, but I do like the idea of them trying something new. I don't necessarily think it's going to be something that a lot of people are going to use, but I am up for the idea of trying something very different because there is no primaries or secondaries to this point that helps, you know, heal or as a passive or any of those kind of things. So this is an interesting idea. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm all for giving it a shot. And lastly, says finally, if you want to really lean into the role, Chemical Agents includes a new player title, Expert Exterminator. That's everything Helldivers. This could be a whole new theme for your squad as the galaxy's elite peacekeepers and pest destroyers. Gas up for Chemical Agents, releasing September 19th. So there you go, and also showing overall everything that's going to be coming in this. It looks pretty cool, so I would say kind of excited to see how this goes. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the upcoming Warbond. And as any wonderful day for a Helldiver, there is more news, and it's good news. They have announced yet another buff that is coming in next week's update on Tuesday. Only 5 more days to go. This buff is for the Breaker. So I'll now let the developers tell you what exactly is coming for the Breaker shotgun.
Have we finally reverted the Breaker to what it was at launch?
Yes, we have.
We have.
You got more. It actually got more stagger.
Oh, nice. And 16 rounds per magazine.
Yes.
Nice.
And no, we didn't also take away magazines.
So yeah, the Breaker shotgun has been something that was basically nerfed to death long ago and is being revived. This is the 3rd time, basically. All 3 of the buffs so far have basically been reverts. They started with the flame damage being reverted. They've reverted the railgun and buffed it, which they also did with the flame damage. And now they're reverting the Breaker, and it sounds like they're buffing that as well. So they're giving people what they want and then some. It's just a bunch of major buffs and then even a little bit more. So it's going back to what it was and an extra buff. This is really big news for anybody that really loved the Breaker shotgun, which a lot of people did early on in the game's history that have since basically just stopped using it. I think the Breaker had a small buff since then, but nowhere near what it once was, and now it looks like they want to revert it right back to that. So this is interesting, and I'm always up for it. I'm just let the buffs keep coming and we'll see what the status of the game is and see if they have to readjust after that. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please hit up the comments with any of your excitement or the opposite of excitement if you're upset with what's going on in the game in the comments down below, and let us know how you guys feel. Smash the like button if you haven't already. It really helps us out in the algorithm and we would really appreciate it. And also subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell for notifications if you guys want to see more of this kind of content. And we will talk to you guys in the next video, so goodbye for now.